Hey everybody, it's good to see everybody tonight. We're changing things up a little bit. You never know when we're going to be on here. We're doing it on Mondays right after a big event, but Dennis, Jess, and I talked about it, and a lot of times for some odd reason, there's either been a holiday or we have been completely burnt because of the weekend, and that burnt in a good way.
Right.
So we're just trying to do something. We're just trying to find the right day to do everything. So there's that one. So just bear with us a little bit. So we're still working on a few things.
Sorry that we're running so late.
Yeah, sorry we're running. Well, about 10 minutes, so not too bad.
Not too bad.
Start a new page. Let's see.
Besides, that would give people time to get on here
Yes.
and catch up with us.
I think that's it. Nope, that one's in Virginia. Damn it, I can't do that one.
Oh.
Oh, you better watch it too. Heck with it. I'll just do it this way. I can probably figure it out. Okay. Real quick, want to say hi to everybody, and hope everybody's last weekend was good. Jess and I really didn't do Heroes for Kids really didn't do much of anything. We did some. Jess worked. Jess had to work. And I worked on stuff around the house, and then afterwards we just got in there and working on the floor plan and everything. Behind the scenes stuff with Jess and I when it comes to Heroes for Kids Comic-Con and Mary Jo as well. So we worked a lot on the floor plan and getting a few things, making sure we had people in it. And as you see, I'm sporting my Superman jersey tonight. Dennis is sporting Batman. Hey, look at
Robert
that.
Cox
How
is
do we do
watching.
that? Huh?
Robert Cox is watching.
Hey, Robert, what's up?
Was not trying to interrupt earlier.
Man, we got. Yeah.
Let's see. That's one I'm looking at going. Yep, that's it right there.
There you go.
That is the one. That's Nashville Comic Con, which we will be doing this weekend.
Oh,
I'm trying to find Pawfest so I can get a little bit about Pawfest. Mode. Let's see, does it bring it up? Yes, it does. I've got it. Dun, dun, dun. All right, this is our Saturday event. Real quick, again, we didn't do much of anything this past weekend because of the fact Jess had to work, so we just did stuff around the house, put comics up, cleaned up the house a little bit, rearranged my cosplay closet a little bit, just had a little bit of housekeeping stuff to do. Other than that, we didn't really do much of anything.
Right.
What about you?
Actually, I did a lot of projects around the house. So.
My project started last night, if anybody saw my Facebook page.
I have been doing some upgrades on a lot of my costumes so that they work a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, like I've noticed the tendency of the harness on my Captain America slip, so I'm looking at a way to pin that down so I can hang my shield without it.
That would be cool. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
So we're doing that. My Aquaman costume is in the works, so it's.
So you're going to talk fish, huh?
I'm going to talk to fish.
Okay.
So, and it's from the second Aquaman movie.
So you're going to do, what is it? It's going to be like the new Aquaman, but because you're blonde-headed, blonde to white-headed, it's going to go.
It's going to be more like a Super Friends meets
the Snyderverse.
The Snyderverse.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So
cool.
because there's no way I'm going to wear a big wig and a beard. And,
Oh, come on.
And try to look like Jason Momoa because it's not going to work because
Yeah,
I'm not 6'2", 250 pounds of sheer muscle. So I'm just going to super friends it up a little bit. And
So you're not going to be Aquafina Man, huh?
yeah. I'm going to be Puddle Man. So anyway, but yeah, I figure that it's a multiverse thing, baby. That's all I have to say
you
on
know
that.
what? Awesome. Let's get to our events. So again, whoever's on here, want to say hi. I think Robert's on here right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get some more people on here. We're looking at either on Tuesdays or Thursdays on starting to do our lives. That gives us a little bit to recover from the weekend, and then also get prepared and let everybody know about what we've got coming up in the next couple, the next couple weeks or whatever.
Correct.
So this weekend, Saturday, June 7th, from 10 to 3, admission is $5. Kids 10 and under are free. It is Pawfest in St. Charles. The address is 3550 West Clay Street. They're going to have cats, dogs, pet rescue vendor, bounce houses, Heroes for Kids will be there. The 501st will be there as a 501st Star Wars group will be there as well. So face painting, balloon characters. So we're going to have a blast. And again, it is 3550 West Clay Street, St. Charles, Missouri. Please join us and the vendors again with this fun day. Food, drinks, cosplay. Check it out. Their web page is All Events in St. Charles, Pawfest. Pull it up and it'll give you all the descriptions with it. But it is this Saturday from 10 to 3. So again, going to be a blast. Going to have some fun. Superman's going to be out there. We're going to have. Heck, I don't know who all from the group's actually going to be there.
At Pawfest?
At Pawfest, wow. Maybe Jess knows. Superman, I think Catwoman, maybe a Thor or a Deadpool, maybe even a Wonder Woman.
That's what I heard. Was it?
So, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. We enjoy doing this one and helping support Pawfest, so that's going to be awesome. Then Sunday, Jess and I, with our friends from Foam Forgery, so Dave and his daughter Ronnie, will be traveling with us to Nashville Comic-Con. Just a quick shout out to Nashville Comic-Con, which is also this weekend. So anybody in the Nashville, Tennessee, and this is Nashville, Tennessee, Nashville area. So this is this weekend at the Fairgrounds, Nashville. Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings. Phil Lamar from Justice League. He was Jon Stewart.
He also was
Static Shock.
Shock and
Aquaman. He also did Aquaman, and he also did Gambit from the X-Men.
Sweet.
Then you have the original TV Flash, John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah.
Ashley Eckstein, who played who was that? Isn't that
That's
Tessa? What's your favorite Star Wars character?
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. Yeah, thank you. Then you have James Arnold Taylor. I don't know. It just got stuck onto my end of my tongue with that one on Ahsoka.
You're welcome.
Who's done Obi-Wan?
James Arnold Taylor did Obi-Wan, and also he was the original voice for Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Lipner, is it Lanter?
Lanter.
Okay.
Okay.
Who did Obi-Wan, or not Obi-Wan?
Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Then we've got Catherine Tabor, multiple Star Wars characters. One may possibly even be Padme, I think.
Right.
Then you've got Nakia Fruiterman, who played Star Wars, Catwoman, Sonic, was also Helena in What If. I believe that's What If. It may be video game, but that looks like What If. Then you have the second voice of Shadow from Sonic.
Original.
No, he is the second voice.
Don't tell Oki with your fault. It is fault.
He is the second voice.
Okay.
Okay. Then you have Scott Dreyer, Mark Wade, Clay Mann, Peter Thomasai, Richard Hornzit. I probably pronounced that wrong, and I'm sorry.
Horvitz.
Okay.
Richard Horvitz.
Yes. Brian Pinkham. Xander Mobus. Jackson Boswick, who was the original Shazam. We've actually met him before.
Yes, we have.
So, in Dyersburg. He was at Dyersburg a couple years ago.
He's also been at Cape Comic-Con. Yeah, many years ago.
Many years ago. It was probably before I started going to Cape.
The first time that I think it was the first time that was held at the Osage Center.
Oh, okay.
So that tells you how long ago that was. That was back before 15. So
Then we've got
13 or something.
Samantha Newark from Jim and the She was actually Jim in Jim and the Holograms.
Right.
Cosplay personalities Lua Stardust, Aaron Gaines, and Haley Quinn. And they look awesome. So, so it's going to be cool seeing them as well. I'm looking at doing Gambit. I know I want to throw people off because usually I go down to a lot of the cons I go to. I'm usually Superman, and I'm throwing people off. I'm doing Gambit that weekend for.
But you've got Jackson Boswick there. You need Shazam as Superman.
He's met me as Superman.
Okay.
Yeah, he's met me as Superman already.
Yeah.
So okay. And John Wesley Shipp has actually met me as Superman.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years, but John Wesley Shipp, that was actually my first day ever, my first con ever wearing Superman, was stopping his line. That was actually the first time we had ever met.
And that was the same year we met.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was Captain America.
Yep.
And he left his bag sitting out in front while taking pictures with everybody.
And
so I had to turn it over to Ken.
Yep,
so
I remember that.
Back to
yeah, because that was right before we all went to dinner.
That's right.
That you suckered me into.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what?
You forgot to bring a change of clothes.
You suckered me into it, but you know what? It's one. How's this? This will tell you how conniving he is. He suckered me into it. I told him that I didn't have any clothes. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. I get there and I am the only one in costume.
You have been hazed. No,
so
sometimes people do go,
oh yeah.
In fact, there was a lot of people that were like, yeah, I'm going to be going in costume if that's okay. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And then they
change.
Screw it, I'm going to change. And then you were like, I'm the only one.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? But the funny thing was, is sitting there at dinner, I knew about half the people. I knew almost everybody, or at least I had taken pictures with almost everybody that we were at dinner with.
Yeah.
So, and then since then, I had become very good friends with just about everyone. Well, actually, almost all of them.
Yeah. I mean,
So yeah, it was.
I mean,
I mean, hell, we're practically brothers. Come on.
I mean, I knew everybody there. I'd known them for years.
Yeah.
And then you walked in the door, and they were like, "Hey, we know that guy." And I'm like, "Well, now we all know him." So he was brought into the fold, and
Yeah.
And
So yeah, I mean,
that's when we went out in the parking lot, and Heroes for Kids gained another member. So
yeah.
it was
Our
just like,
first official, however you want to call it, recruitment or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. And then ended up being so, and then what is that?
Paul, okay, they're talking about the Heroes the Heroes Complex event, and Paul has just said that he can be there.
Okay, cool.
And Rachel said if she doesn't have to work, she can be there.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
which is not
now pull up. Do you have the calendar?
yes, I do.
Okay, pull up the calendar because that Pawfest and National Con are this weekend. Now next weekend, hence the reason why you see me wearing Superman, and we'll get into a little bit more about Superman later as well.
Right.
Because again, for the next couple weeks or so, we're going to be slamming a little bit about Superman because again, we're getting all amped up for the new Superman movie. But next weekend, I am.
Right.
I know I am, so I'm hoping everybody else is too. I mean, regardless of what anybody says, again, it's that everybody, you hear everybody talk about which we'll get into a little bit more of this because I was just reading something a little bit ago before you came over about how people are bashing it because of, Corn Sweat being in it, and it's not Cavill in his suit and all this other kind of junk. We'll get into that in a little bit.
The suit has kind of grown on me about.
Dude, you know what?
At first I was like, I don't know, but now that I've seen the flights and all this stuff, yeah, I'm starting to agree.
But Superman Celebration from the 13th to the 15th in Metropolis, Illinois. If people haven't seen it, they had a surprise appearance this past weekend by John Snyder, who played Paul Kent, Jonathan Kent, in the TV show Smallville. It just made a surprise appearance down there, and I was like, how cool was it? I wish
you could if you'd have been there in costume, you could have went, Dad.
Yeah. But no, he won't be.
I thought you were dead.
Yeah, he won't be there, but they will have Michael Ironside will be there on Friday. Dean Cain will be there on Saturday. Let me see if I can pull up Superman so that way I can give you a full.
Hi Elizabeth. Hi Adrian. Your son. Your flesh and blood. The fruit of the loom.
The fruit of the loom.
Well, I can't say fruit either. So.
Okay, we have Michael Ironside, Friday only. We have Odette Annabelle, who was Supergirl for the Supergirl TV show, but she was the Reign Supergirl, and she also played Walker's love, one of Walker's love interests, or Jared Padalecki's love interest in the TV show Walker. So she will be there this weekend, or appearing Saturday only.
Right.
And then appearing will be the voice of Supergirl from DC Superhero Girls. Mm-hmm. And that is Ness Fairweather. Now, the cool thing is over now that's for the Superman Celebration. Now, over at the Hidden Gems, which is right down the street from the big statue, they will have one of the original, or we call him the original Captain America,
Red Brown.
Reb Brown. We've met him. Matter of fact, ran into him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's looking forward to it. Looking forward to hanging out with him a little bit. And they also have, and you'll see him here in a couple weeks at our show. Whoop. Jerry the King Lawler will also be there as well at Hidden Gems.
Yes.
So get to hang out with him that weekend as well. So yeah, look forward to seeing everybody. And the big thing is, yes, it's awesome to get to see all of the celebrities and that down there. But when you get to hang out with people that you haven't seen in a year,
Yeah.
and you know, a lot of the people that come to the Superman Celebration ends up becoming family, pretty much the extended family. So you know, it's good to see them as well. So yeah, what do we got over here? Adrian, hey Wyatt, hey Adrian. So yeah, getting to see them.
Wyatt, when are we going to get to see that penguin costume?
Yeah. I thought he said. Yeah, yeah.
Is it going to be at the Heroes?
I think it was going to be Heroes unless he's going to do it beforehand. And I said, yeah. Or when is your debut on that? Or have you? Or are you going to keep that a surprise?
You know, you can slip a secret message so that we can see it and gloat over it. And
Yeah.
Be excited for you when you finally do show the public at large.
Oh yeah, that would be neat.
That would.
Then the weekend after that, we have a private event in Mount Vernon. Superman, me as Superman, and I might be one or two other Heroes for Kids, and several of the Southern Illinois cosplay people will be up in Mount Vernon doing a private event up there. And Dennis will be spearheading Heroes for Kids portion of, which is not on our calendar, and it will be, hopefully it'll be here this evening, but we will be, Dennis, you will be spearheading, and I'll let you talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
The Heroes Complex celebration up in St. Peter's that evening or that afternoon or evening afternoon up in St. Peters. So
it's gonna be basically their 4th of July type celebration the weekend before 4th of July.
Go ahead.
So they're going to be having costume heroes and they're going to have fireworks and of course snacks and all that good stuff. So
see if we can pull up Living with Purpose. I think
you may have that. So.
Well, I pulled up there. Let's see. This is Living with a Purpose. So this is part of the. This is part of it. Living with a Purpose / Heroes Complex. Let me see. Does it have anything? Donate for them. Tell them a little bit about the Hero Complex, because that place is.
It started out as a small, basically storefront. It's got video games. It's on one side. It's got collectors stuff, everything from Funko Pops to board games and comic books, and basically it's
it's pulling up just with it's only pulling up Hero Living. It's only pulling up Living with Purpose. It's not pulling up the Heroes Complex. But look it up. The store is awesome.
Right. And since then, they have decided to expand their operations. So they've purchased a whole new big building.
It was like it. I think they said what it was like used to be like a grocery store or something like that, or a department store.
A grocery store at one time,
like a Schmucks or something. So you just imagine the inside of that thing.
And then they started amassing all of these video games and whatnot. So they had to have storage, so they put it in that nice big building. But now they're setting it all up, and they're going to have a working bat cave in there, and I think they're going to have basically X-Men style room like they do
the
in
Danger Room.
place. Yeah,
well, okay. Now the Danger Room last year.
Yeah. that was.
You had Batman and Superman in the Danger Room last year, X-Men Danger Room last year.
Yes.
And so, and while we were there, they had the what is that? Not 3D, the VR. The VR headsets and the controllers. First time I'd ever messed with one. I don't know about you.
I've actually messed with VR. Karis has one in her room. They're great.
First time I'd ever messed.
They have to be on your face. If you're wearing a mask, it doesn't work.
Yeah, so Dennis has his bat mask on, and to stay, we're fully in character.
Right.
And so you got Superman with this VR thing on. We've got another kid in there with us, and Dennis is his Batman, so he's trying to finagle this thing over his cowl.
Right.
And it worked. You got it on.
I got it. I finally got it to work. But what
cool.
it would do is it would cut out because it occasionally checks
it's got sensors in it.
It's got sensors in
right.
it to check your face, and it's bouncing off of my lenses, and it's just like, okay, there's no eyes here, so it would cut out, and then I push it, and then everything would kick back on again.
They put us in this the video game that they had us in.
Right.
Well, at first they had us like in a little arcade room.
Right.
That way we could get used to doing like picking stuff up and like I had a bow and arrow at one point, and I was shooting bow and arrows at Batman. And all you don't see Batman, you just see like a figure. And as I'm shooting the barrel and arrow, I'm shooting it, and it's it's suction cup, and got an arrow sitting there and it'd fall off her. And I'm getting pretty good at this. And all you see, and there's video of this. Jess has got to send it to where we can put it on our YouTube page. But Jess has got video of this, and you see Dennis. I'm not lying. Dennis is going, cut it out, cut it out. Would you quit shooting me, dang it? And I'm over on the other side of the room going, you're pow, you're pow.
You jerk, quit shooting me.
So then they finally put us in this game, and we're in a bunker. And now at this point, now on Dennis's defense, he's trying to figure out everything because again, he's wearing this
cowl
over his cowl.
Right.
So it's not wanting. So I mean, because every once in a while it would bleep you out because it wasn't picking you up.
Right.
But here we are. We're in this bunker. Go ahead.
And then here's what's even better. Because it can read his face, he's able to pick up guns and
I'm doing everything.
He's killing everything. Me, I pick up a gun and I can't pick up anything with my left hand. So I'm like,
Oracle is watching. Yes, Oracle. July 19th. Oh, okay. Black's going to be doing. He's Heroes for Kids Con. Awesome.
So Super Museum is also
with my left
watching.
hand,
Super Museum is also
Hey,
watching.
we were just talking about the Super Museum. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Morgan.
So anyway, I was trying to get another gun for this hand, and the only thing I could pick up was a hammer. So I'd be like, and I was killing the zombies, and then I'd run out of bullets. Well, I couldn't switch over to this hand. So instead, I'm taking a hammer and putting their heads in, and then
but Jess has got all of this on camera while she's recording this, and the whole time, and you should see it because I'm in the middle with these guns. I'm acting like I'm Lone Ranger going. I'm shooting everything. Oh, there's a minute gun. So I walk over and grab it. I'm blowing it, and everybody's going, dude, save some for me. And I'm just going, and all of a sudden, all I hear is, oh my God, that's a big one. He's over there because there's a zombie like literally trying to break into the bunker right in front of you.
Right. So I'm hitting it with a hammer, trying to kill it.
So all Jess sees, all you see is, oh my God, and you see him doing this.
Yeah, with a hammer. Because it's the only thing my left hand can pick up with a hammer. So I'm beating a zombie with a hammer, and then finally I got ammo now. And then blow his
So,
head up, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Then we went and played air hockey.
Yes.
But no, the Hero Complex is an awesome place to be up in St. Peter's. I've stopped in there a couple times outside of their celebration, and oh yeah, there's people got in and out of there again. Like you said, and this is the smaller portion of it. The arcade on one side, they've got the collectors and toys and comics and stuff on the other. I can't wait to see the bigger venue. I wish I could be there on the 28th, but again, I've got other.
As it is, I think what they said was they were looking at October 1st for the full blown experience of the Bat Cave and all that in there, and then they're going to have like a grand reopening with the bigger area. I think they're going to close off that little store.
The little store.
Well, and everything's going to go across the parking lot to that big, giant former grocery store.
Yeah.
And it's going to be in there.
But no, this weekend, I'll pull it back up again. This weekend. So back to this week, or not this weekend, next weekend. Dean Cain. Michael Ironside, who, if ever anybody doesn't know who Michael Ironside is, Michael Ironside was Viper in Top Gun.
Top Gun, yeah.
One of my favorite movies. That was the movie that got me into wanting to go into the military. Unfortunately, because of health reasons, I couldn't. So that was a kick in the pan.
He's also been in the next Karate Kid. He does a lot of voiceovers for.
He was Darkseid in.
Yes.
He was Darkseid in Justice League.
Yes.
And in the Superman animated.
Yes. Exactly.
But he was in he was. Remember Starship Troopers?
Yes.
He was in Starship.
He's been in
Star Strips.
He's been in Scanners, the Star Strips. I think you downloaded the wrong movie.
Yes. He was also Sam Lane.
Yeah.
In Smallville.
Yeah.
Wolverine in the X-Men. X-Men First Class. So again, then you've got Dean Cain. You've got Superman from the Adventures of Lois, the New Adventures of Superman, of Lois and Clark. So Dean Cain will be there. We have, and I will probably butcher the name, but we have the Rain Supergirl from the Supergirl series.
But she's not Supergirl. She's Rain.
She's Rain. No, she is Rain. Right, Rain
from the Supergirl TV show.
Right. But basically the Bizarro style, or the Elseworld Supergirl in that TV series.
Wasn't she like corrupted by
I think she was
corrupted by a Kryptonian crystal that affected her bloodstream when she was human.
And she was also in Walker, Texas Ranger with Jared Padalecki. Not the old one, not with Chuck Norris, but with Jared Padalecki. Watched it, awesome. And that is Odette Enable. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. Then you also have Ness Fairweather, who was the voice actor for Supergirl and the DC Superhero Girls. Hero of the Year, I think, is the picture that it shows here. So, and then at Hidden Gems, there will be Red Brown, the OG, we call it, the OG Captain America, and then we will have the one and only Jerry the King Lawler. So, that's going to be awesome getting to hang out with him. Let's check out Artist Alley. They have Bob McLeod, Gavin Smith, Stephen Weldon, Jim Hall, Ed Gross, Les Garner.
Our buddy Trevor Hawkins.
Yes, Trevor Hawkins. Jim and Laura Pinkstaff. Sean Delaney. William Hood. I wonder if he's related to Red Hood. But William Hood.
Or maybe Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, yeah.
Co and Sarah?
I would say Co and Sierra, I believe.
Yeah.
Matt Shower. Todd Black. Tim Pugh. Nolan Tweedy. I'm sorry about that. Mark Smith. William Condor. Liam Hay. And Jeremy Thevnot. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. Thevnot. Sorry. My Kryptonian's coming out, and by the way, shout out to the Superman Museum. This is actually where I got that from. So this is one of their jerseys that they have at Superman gift shop. So matter of fact, a lot of my collection I have bought from the Superman gift shop at in Metropolis, Illinois. So look forward to hanging out. And Morgan, get with me if there's anything that you need me to do that weekend. Please let me know. Again, I've always said I'm a hop, skip, and a jump to Metropolis. So definitely I can come down and give you a hand if you need anything.
You're a leap over.
I'm a leap over a building, a lake.
Bow.
I'm one leap. Leap in a river. Well, I got to jump over a river. So
You got to jump over a river.
Yeah, jump over a river and a few buildings. Other than that, we're good.
Well, you can change your course in the river.
Yeah. All right.
You don't have to leap over
No,
it.
wow.
You just change its course. Get behind you.
Yes. Then on the 29th, Heroes for Kids will be at a Shriner. We will have a booth at a Shriners Toy event in St. Louis, Missouri. We will get addresses for that in the upcoming weeks. And then the big one. Well, actually, 4th of July, we will be in Perryville for 4th of July. We will more than likely be out at the Perry Park Center advertising for Heroes for Kids Comic Con.
We typically sell tickets and everything.
Yep.
So.
We'll be selling tickets. We'll have some We'll do some autographs while we're there, photos. But then the big one, and we'll be talking about that here in a little bit. We will be at the DC characters from Heroes for Kids. We'll be at Marcus Theater during the times to be determined on times, but the 10th, 11th, 12th, possibly even the 13th, but we're still working on that one. But Superman will be there most of that opening weekend at Marcus Theater in Cape Girardeau. So you can come out, and yes, I do have a corn sweatsuit. So I will be there in the.
So you're going to be sweating in your corn
I will be sweating in the corn sweatsuit.
Right.
Yes.
Thank God it's inside in the air conditioning.
That sucker is hot.
Yeah.
I mean, just a short time I had it on, just trying it on, just seeing how well I could move in it and how it looked. Yeah, it's
cold weather gear.
Yeah, it'll be one of those. It'll be a cold weather suit, definitely, with as hot as it is.
Yeah, and when for an outdoor event, it's going to be high by and then
yeah, it'll be no. I'll be wearing my other suits. It's actually thicker than my Man of Steel suit, and my Man of Steel suit's pretty thick.
Right.
So, but no. So yeah, it'll be.
And right now.
Oh, Wyatt said he's working on a new Wolverine as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So anyway, I will definitely be there Thursday.
Okay.
After I drop off my son, I should be able to show up as Batman for the show in his legs. I should be back home by around 5. Then I can suit up, drive straight down there.
Okay,
and
cool.
Be there for that, and then all day Saturday.
But the reason why I said I don't know about Sunday of the 13th of July is because we will be at Toyman in St. Louis up in Bridgeton. So, and you never know, I may decide to throw on the suit up there due to the fact it is the premiere weekend of Superman. So I may throw it on for a little bit up there while for that. So who knows? I don't know. I haven't decided. I guess I will be up there as Superman for Toyman, but I don't know what suit I will be doing. And then the following week, 19th and 20th, Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. So let me kick off this light above us. Okay, Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. Brought to you by Heroes for Kids and Villainous Grounds.
Right.
And our recipients this year is the Dorn Foundation and the Perry County Community Task Force.
Yes.
So, our special guests is the awesome, talented, second generation Disney animation artist, Philo Barnhart. Then we have the man of many voices,
Scott Ennis.
Raggy.
Yeah.
Then we have the wrestling legend, WWE Hall of Famer, Jerry the King Lawler. So activities will be, activities that we will be having going on throughout that whole weekend. Cosplay contests, quick draw sketch battles, brick building contests, trivia, Smash Brothers tournament, D&D, and yes, there's going to be a lot more. And prizes and stuff will be handed out for actually, should be everything.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. Man, we got to get, that's a pretty good photo. That was from year one, I think. Yes.
Yes, that was
year one.
Yep.
And the location is at 800 City Park Drive here in Perryville, Missouri, at the Perry Park Center.
That's what the building looks like.
Would you quit trying to hold my hand?
You slide down. No. Anyway.
And profits from the Villainous Cafe go directly to the event. And again, once expenses are paid for everything that we're doing, 100% of the proceeds goes right back out that we make from the door, the silent auction, Heroes for Kids booth, from the vendors paying for their spots on the floor. Once basically all the costs are taken care of, 100% of the proceeds goes right to those two organizations, the Dorn Foundation and the Perry County Community Task Force. We split it right down the middle. If anybody would like to donate, please click this link. For sponsors, and just if you want to donate, we can throw you on our little donor list here. So I want to thank everybody. As you see, there's quite a few. So, and the more money we raise, the more money we are able to give to these our awesome recipients.
Right.
Our show floor is, maybe one or two booths left. So if you want to be a vendor, better check and get with us quick,
right.
because
once they're all full, then you go on a waiting list.
Yeah, we actually have one person drop out because something come up. Family life does happen. So something did come up, and so we have. We'll go through some of our vendors that we have coming in, and yes, we do have a few of them listed on. A few more listed on here from since last week. We have art. We'll start with our artist, which is Autumn Zabo, Chris Ebert, Bob Hamby, and Celestia Johnson art.
No relation.
No relation.
Okay. But speaking of relations, then there's Tessa. And then Podix paintings, fantasy realms, and red banana art.
Unfortunately, Red Banana Art will not be with us this year.
Really?
We just got the call today, right before our live, and he just hasn't been taken off the. But we do have Build a Stick.
Okay.
We're missing one. Nope, you said Fantasy Realms. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Authors. Go ahead.
Richard Beauchamp, Todd Black, Books and Crafts by Justice, Morgan Strawn, comic.
Golden Hollow. Weston Kincaid, Ellie Mack, and Deanna Morgan. And if I'm not mistaken, we may have one or two more that is still to be added. So don't hesitate. I think we've got one or two that's supposed to be added on here. Oh, wrong one. Now to our general vendors. Go for it.
Okay, AJ's Comic Cards and Collectibles, The Bone Cave, Boot Hill Bat Fam, and Chelsea Quinn Cosplay.
Colonel M. Bush, Handmade Jewelry, Critical Crafters, The Crystal Lizard, Custom Wreath by Babe.
Babe
Bev.
Duncan's Laser Engraving, Extremicon, Foam Forgeries, and Gotham City Comics and Collectibles.
See, you're getting tongue-tangled too.
Yeah, my tongue got tangled.
Heroes for Kids, Impressive Inks, Infinity Comics, J&N 3D Prints.
Of course. Just like our fan fictions, Leisure Time Treasures, The Little Black Cat Company, and Low Cools.
Marcus Theater, Missouri Children Identification Program. That's an awesome program.
Yeah.
Raymond Santa Parker Funko Pops. Say that one 5 times fast, and yes, that is my man to go to for all my Funkos. And Pence Productions.
Yes. Then there's the Perry County Ambulance Services, the Perry County Sheriff's Department, the Perryville Fire Department, the Perryville Police Department.
Okay. Quilting Mothers Senior Printing, Red Brick Collectibles, Brian Rischerity 3D Printing, and St. Louis Brick Fanatics.
Okay. And of course, Wilderness Grounds and Bradley's Award.
Now the cool thing about Missouri Children's Child Identification Program. Here's the cool thing about. Whoops, I don't know what.
Didn't we actually work with them at one time?
We have worked with them. Actually, they come up. We're working with the Cape and Perry County section of it.
Right.
When we go up and do the Qantas thing in December, up with Fox High School.
Okay.
Now, the Masons in that area partner up with the local first responders up there, and they do an identification program for kids. Teeth. Parents come in, do a fingerprint photo, basically do up a full work, and it's all put in a database for first responders and law enforcement. Parents get it as well, and that way, if a child gets, if we have a 911 or something for a child, it's
you find the kid out cold somewhere.
We've got boom. It's right. We've got that information. So the Masonic Lodge here in Perryville, and I believe the one now Jess is the one that's been talking to all of them, and I believe the Masonic Lodge in.
She's got one spot left available for an artist.
All right. If I'm not mistaken, Jess is the one that's talking with the people for Missouri Child Identification Program, and I believe it's the Masonic Lodge here and the Masonic Lodge out of Cape are partnering up, and they're going to be partnering with several of our law enforcement officers from Perryville PD and Perry County, and they're going to be the ones that are... Huh? Do what? Oh, Jackson. Okay.
So I got a question.
And they will be the ones that will be doing a lot of the be doing all the stuff with the kids.
Okay, so I got a question.
Yes.
Okay, they find an unresponsive kid lying in a field.
Well, how's this? We'll do this. There is a...
Okay. I'm wondering.
Maybe. There we go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Frequently asked questions.
About.
About.
Why don't we just do the about?
Okay. Okay, well, this basically says everything you just said about the Masons of North America formally recognize the need to support a methodical generation of identifying items for parents to keep on hand as a safeguard, and then in the event of a missing child, turned over to law enforcement agencies as an aid in recovery and identification. So a standing committee formed known as the Masonship Support Committee to support Freemasons making a difference in North America, utilizing comprehensive Masonic chip by assisting and encouraging our Masonic Grand Lodges to mobilize volunteer network, equipment, resources, and funding necessary to conduct Masonship events in our communities. And their goal is to operate Masonship at a level that any parent wanting to receive this free comprehensive service, blah, blah. See, I'm starting to learn Kryptonian, will find it regularly offered and raise public awareness concerning the risk of abduction or exploitation that our children now face in today's society by providing an opportunity to educate both children and their parents about abduction prevention and other safe tips.
Kid tips.
So in other words, if the kid's kidnapped, they'll be able to identify.
Right. So, and it is a 501c3 tax exempt. So they in February of 2005, the Grandmaster Conference approved the MCSC report to establish a National Masonic Chip Foundation and make application to gain 501c3 tax exempt declaration for the IRS in order to receive donations and apply for grants to assist in the chip. And you can click on this for more information on that.
So that still leads to my question.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously this is so that they can help find missing children. Okay.
Yep.
What about children that are, they find them on a playground unresponsive? Is there a way that they can check
see
and
what
draw
we got.
with the kid?
Frequently asked questions.
With the kid, let's say the kid is allergic to certain medicines or something. Will that pop up on a computer?
Well, let's see.
Something?
Frequently asked questions. How do I locate a chip event in your area? They've got a calendar that you can check those out. How much does it cost? Nothing. It does not cost anything to do this program.
And while it says chips,
they're not putting chips in the kid.
Yeah.
It's like a little application. Matter of fact, when I was in elementary school, matter of fact, I think my own kids did something similar to this, and you may have had to do this, something similar to this with Karis when she was in school, that more grade school kid. They would bring that little pamphlet home that had put their little photo in there and write this.
Yeah.
The schools did that.
Yes.
So this is just a bigger, on a more grander scale. Instead of you having this in your purse, this is something that goes in a database that would be our microchips implanted. Absolutely not. Okay. So dental impressions for DNA and canine scent.
They're gonna let a dog sniff you.
No. If the child does not have teeth or refuses the dental impression, a cotton swab is used to receive a saliva sample.
So what? Oh, so that's by canine they mean.
Yes.
That's what they mean by
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Because canine usually means a dog.
What information should you bring by? Okay. It is recommended. Parents' phone number. Medical information, so doctor, dentist, location and phone, medical conditions. So yes, you're
okay.
So medicines, medications. So again, emergency contact. So again, if something does happen, this puts all of that on this in this
they
form.
say, okay, we get to call the parents. We found your kid.
Right.
The kid had something going on. We had to give them this. We realized they were allergic to something, so we didn't give them that. We gave them something different. Yeah. Okay. Good.
And again, and for those parents that feel like they're, they feel uncomfortable doing some stuff, all along with the Social Security number, all information requested on the collection sheet is entirely optional. Well, again, how safe is my personal information? Once a permission form is and the information collection are collected from the parent or guardian, the data is entered into a Station 1 computer, and the original form is handed back to the patient. Digital photo and fingerprints are added to the data file and written to a computer disk. I'm going to have to pull that up a little bit. There we go. All components are provided in a yellow envelope and sealed. At the end of the event, before departing the location, first the individual computers are erased, and then our private server is erased using specialized software. There you go. Can you leave your child at the motel?
No.
No, you have to be there with your kid. Number one, it's inside an event, so you want to. Again, it doesn't take very long. Okay.
They're trying to prevent abduction. Don't aid in setting up conditions for abduction.
And again, the chip is not a DIY. So again, it's this tells you a little bit about it. Get on here, like I said. That's what I like about doing our stuff this way, because with the way we do the stuff, I'm waiting on it to freeze on me again. Whoop, wrong one.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. So again, the Missouri Child Identification Program, it's an awesome program. We've worked with them on several events. Again, I can't say enough about it. So again, check it out. And I also want to thank all of our first responders and law enforcement for coming out and helping. Number one, it's an awesome PR style event for our first responders and our law enforcement, because again, me being a 24-year law enforcement officer, it means a lot to, it's funny and somewhat heartbreaking. I've worked in law enforcement for, again, like I said, 24 years, almost 24 years, and I've only been doing Superman for 10, and more people know me as Superman as they know that I work for the Perry County Sheriff's Office. And it's and then when I tell people when I'm in costume, especially when the parents come up and talk to me and stuff like that, they ask me what all and I tell them that I'm a deputy sheriff, and I'm like, oh my God. And not as a oh my God in a bad way, but oh my God as in,
oh my God, I got warrants out on me.
No, yeah. But no, it's there's a lot of stuff that then it opens up that I can't believe you do this for the community. I wish more, and you wouldn't believe on how many times I've heard, I wish more people, more officers would come out and help in the community like this. So, that's one thing that I do when we go out. Dennis, Jess, and I, when we go out and do events in the local areas that we go to, number one, it's always saying hi to our law enforcement officers, because again, whether we're Batman, Superman, Joker, Catwoman, Thor, Rogue, Gambit, whatever character we're out here doing, I encourage myself. I encourage all of my cosplay volunteers and handler volunteers to go out. And if we see a law enforcement officer or a first responder or military personnel out in whether it be a con, whether it be a community event, always go up and thank them, and it's one of them things for what they're doing, and telling them to be safe, right. And thanking them for their service for not only for the community but the country as well, depending on where you're at and what they do. So again, I encourage that 100% for all of my volunteers to do that, and then because here's the thing, if a little child sees Superman or Batman or Wonder Woman walking up to a law enforcement officer or military personnel or one of our first responders and saying, thank you for your service, thank you for keeping us safe, what do you think that little kid's going to do?
They're going to learn that these are human beings that are worthy of respect.
And they're going to know that they can go to them, and
right.
That's what I like about that. So, anytime you see me out as Superman or any of my characters, it's one. And even when I'm out of character, when I'm just me walking down the street, and I see somebody like that, I still do the same thing. Again, one of the big things. Again, I've been in law enforcement for almost 24 years, and it's one of those things. I know how grueling the 5-day-a-week, 7-day, being in law enforcement. It's a lot of people don't realize this, but it's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job. You have to coexist a personal life on top of your work life. It's one and the same. A lot of people always turn around and say, well, you leave work at the door before you walk in, or you leave home at the door when you walk into work. You don't. Not in this type of you hope that sometimes it is hard.
I mean, even if you're off duty, you could be called at any time.
Yes.
To go in and take care of a situation, whether it be from the weather or somebody's escaped from a jail.
Yeah, you're talking weather. In the last 5 months, I have been on call more in the last 5 months for weather than I have in almost my entire career.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, oh my God! It's
and not to mention, you might be working your regular shift. Something goes south, that shift just got a whole lot longer.
Yeah. So
and I remember when they worked the floods.
Yeah.
So
I've missed many birthdays, anniversaries, school events, family events, to where I'm out somewhere or at the job and I go, hey, love you, happy birthday, I gotta go. Click. I've had that. So.
It's not.
Matter of fact, one New Year's, instead of spending it with my wife toasting champagne or a glass of wine or whatever and counting down and getting my kiss with my wife at New Year's, I was watching a big log go down the Mississippi because
the flood.
Perry County was because the Mississippi rose and took out basically took out the bottoms.
Right.
I was standing there, me and 4 Army National Guard members stood there and held up a bottle of water and said, cheers, Happy New Year, and drank our bottle of water and
back at it. Working the flood of '93, everybody was working 16-hour shifts, going home, 8 hours of sleep, coming back, another 16-hour shift, 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Until the job got done.
Yeah.
And
on
a rotating basis. So and that wasn't just out at the levees. That was also in the jail itself because everybody was pitching in. It was a team effort. So
So again, it's always a group effort to say hi. And I encourage everybody to, again, you see a veteran, active military, a veteran law enforcement or first responder, you know, active law enforcement and active first responders. Again, walk up and tell them to have a good day. And you never know that, you know, walking up to somebody and, you know, it's funny. I turn around and I tell people it's, I walk up you can ask anybody in town, what, and I've done it to you and you've even gave me that, huh? No, it's not. Any time of the day, when I see somebody or somebody says hi, how do I usually respond? Good morning.
Get away from me, peasant.
Yeah. I usually turn around and what do I say? Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
Morning. Or morning. What does that usually do to somebody? Huh? It's not morning. It always strikes up a conversation.
Right.
90% of the time, it'll strike up a conversation.
Right.
So it's, and even in the morning, you know, because you never know what type of a mood somebody's in, and you never know that just that interaction could change somebody's day, whether it be good, bad, indifferent. It could change somebody's day.
Yeah.
So you know, it's so yeah, whether it be they're on the verge of whether they're having a good day, you can turn around and say, morning, man, thank you for saying hi. And then, hey, how, you know, you're having a good day, so am I. Hey, you know, it could be rolling in with the day, and their outlook on the day could change yours.
Yes.
You know, or on the other side of it, you saying good morning, saying morning to somebody, or just saying hi to somebody, if they're in a crisis, who says they don't stop and talk to you just to get whatever's going on in their head, and could help. And on that note, you know, and if it gets to the point to where you saying hi, and if it's something more than what you can do, you can always reach out and text 988 for the services and see if that way they can get even better. That way we can get the help they need. Whether whether it be a mental crisis, whether it be just somebody for them to talk to in a more deeper level.
Right.
So again, and I don't ask me how I slipped off of that, but again, it's one of the things that it's one of the things I always, whether it be you know, health and safety, mental health and physical health, is all to me the same.
Right.
One can lead to the other can, I mean, they can both lead to each other. So again, it's always, you know, again, you know, you never know. And I guess it's because we talk about our first responders and they're there for their PR stuff.
Right.
So again, that's part of what they're there for too. So, what we got? Oh, same thing?
Same thing.
All right. We're 5 people. Hey, if you're on here, please say hi. Shoot us a message or something. We'd love to talk about whatever you want to bring up. So again, quit that crap.
I'm old. Don't argue.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
It'll hit you.
It will sooner or later.
Gravity is going to get harder and harder to fight.
Oh, trust me, gravity's already there.
And then
so
by the time
snap,
you're 80, your head's going to start hitting for the floor.
There's a reason why I don't buy Rice Krispies,
right,
for my daughter, because again, I ate them enough, and I eat Rice Krispie treats enough, and that I can tell it, because when I stand up, I'm a living, breathing Rice Krispie treat. Because it's when I stand up, it's snap, crackle, pop.
Yeah. When you're kids, it's snap, crackle, pop is in your cereal bowl. Now, when you get up in the morning,
it's snap, crackle, pop
is you.
Yes. So again, hey, what's up? If you have any questions, please drop it in there. We'll answer. Again, look forward to seeing whoever and whenever this coming Saturday at Pawfest, and then Sunday, Jess and I will be Superman at Pawfest, and then I will be Gambit in Nashville at Nashville Comic Con. Boy, that's a big. I mean, I'm crossing the streams majorly there.
Yes, you are.
So I'm going to have a blast with it. I'm going to again I'm working on my bow staff. I've got to do some. I've got the main portion of it painted. I've got to work on the grip portion. I'm going to hopefully have that done either today or tomorrow, tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to take some airbrushing and make it look like the ends are being charged up. So like get some pink and purples just brushed in there, airbrushed in there a little bit. Not to take away from the silver, but just to brush it, just brush in there a little bit to make it look like. And then I'm going to throw a nice high gloss over it to give it that spark, to where when I'm holding it, it shines, and that pink and that purple will give it the pop a little bit more. So yeah.
Put some fluorescent lights on the end of it, so when you swing it around, it's on.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to look cool. I can't wait. Again, I had my old bow staff. We did Wolverine and the X-Men, or Deadpool and Wolverine premiere down at Cape. Yes. And my bow staff got stuck as I was trying to take it apart. And as I was trying to take it apart, one of the sections exploded while I was trying to take it apart.
Oh, that kinetic energy.
Yeah, I know. It's like, pow! I mean, that sucker sounded like a gun going off in the movie theater. It was like, oh, crap.
Everybody hit the deck.
So, yeah, it was one of them things. So, and with that happening, I tried repainting it. Or actually, I let my daughter practice on her painting. And
I sucked at it.
Yes, she sucked at it. To a point I could not fix it, so I'm in the process of rebuilding my bow staff that I can take to cons, because my metal expandable one, I can't take that one because it's actually 2 nightsticks, and works awesome.
Speaking of painting, I need to
and
get
then
back
my
on
wooden one. Depends on what con I go to. I can take that one too. I can get away with going to a con with the PVC one. So I try taking that one to as many cons as I can. On top of that, I can take it apart, and it's easy to carry because it'll come apart in like 2-foot sections. So.
Sounds like Chesterfield has had a big
this area for the next 5 days. I know there's a lot of rain coming in within the next 5 days or so. So everybody be careful with the bad weather that's coming in. Sometimes, I mean, there are severe areas in it. I've been watching it. So just everybody be careful when they're out and about in this weather. Now, speaking of Superman.
We were speaking of Superman? Okay.
So, back to Superman. Superman, which we are going to be doing the... I'll get it. I'm going to get it. My only collectible for the new Superman movie. Because apparently nobody in a 30-mile radius of Perryville carries any of the action figures of the new Superman movie, and they are out by now. They are out. So the only thing I have right now is the DQ. I guess this is the medium cup from DQ. It's the Superman with Krypto sitting looking at the Earth. That is the only Superman collectible I have, and and that cup has not been drank out of. That is the only collectible right now I have for the Superman movie. I responded to a comment on Bat in the Sun. And speaking of Bat and Sun, definitely look forward to the Legend of the White Dragon, Jason David Frank's final movie. I see my helmets over there, and and my dragon dagger. So I look forward to seeing it, and yes, I will be in theaters watching it. If it comes to anywhere in the state of Missouri, I will find a place that's showing it in the state of Missouri. So look forward to seeing the Legend of the White Dragon. But Bat in the Sun posted a photo and said, which is the best? And it had Cavill, Cornsweet, and Reeve. Okay. Number one, you can't, you're going by there, and I think that it was more going by the costumes. I grew up in an era of Christopher Reeve. And most people, love from Christopher Reeve back to, Kirk Allen. It was the traditional, what we were used to in the comic books up until the 2000s. Then they changed it to the New 52, which they mirrored in Man of Steel for the most part. Now we're back to Superman back in the trunks, the more traditional suit. Superman did a little bit of a flip in the costume stuff from New 52 to current. And then now we've got Cornsweet in his suit. So it is a new generation. Again, what is that saying? Respect the past. And embrace the future, I think is what they say, and respect present. Okay, you know what? And I hate that embrace the future part. It's respect and I put it in my little thing when I said this. I said respect the past and the present, because each character, each actor, number one, brings their own take to cinema, to Superman.
Right.
I'm not on the James Gunn bandwagon. I'm not on the Snyder bandwagon. I'm not on the who is that? Bryan Singer bandwagon, or the Richard Donner bandwagon, or whoever the case may be. I love Superman. Okay? If you haven't seen on the, I guess it would be the right of your screen, I've got a pretty decent setup. It's a small setup, but I've got a decent setup of Superman. I have been collecting Superman for a while now. And it just, you got, if you are a Superman fan, just like Batman, or if you are a Batman fan, yes, there's gonna be stuff in Batman's history, Superman's history, Wonder Woman, Wolverine. There's gonna be something in the comic book history, the comic book lore, that's not 100% going to, they're going to make you jump for joy, or it's going to make you cry, or it's going to aggravate you because something happens. It's because you love the comics. Right. Here it is everybody's out here dogging, I guess you could say, and either badmouth, you've got one side's this, one side's that. How's this? You know what? Yes, everybody have their opinions. That's the fun part about it. But why don't we wait and see what the movie brings us? I questioned the suit. But after going through, and now again, I have the suit upstairs in my closet. And after sitting there and looking at it, taking a good look at it, it is a generational suit. it has a little bit of every generation of Superman in it. So, and I love that aspect of it. And from what I'm understanding, by the end of the movie, spoiler if anybody wants to hear it, if you haven't seen anything, guess what? Apparently, he gets a new costume by a new suit by the end of the movie.
Well, that's how franchises usually work.
I mean,
Batman's had so many different costume changes. There's a whole toy line dedicated to just Batman's
in his different suits.
Yeah, so, so it's not that big a deal,
right?
So if you don't like his suit, just wait a movie or two, and it'll come.
It'll change something different, right? I mean, heck, I mean, even look at, and here's my thing. Look at Kirk Allen's suit. Kirk Allen's suit was literally a wool sweater, a blue wool sweater. Yeah. If you don't believe me, I've got the photo.
Right.
With his autograph on it. Yeah. I've got a photo of Kirk Allen, and he's in a blue sweater.
Right.
It's a wool sweater that he's wearing.
Well, that's just like Lewis Wilson or Robert Lowry doing Batman.
Right.
There was no rubber masks back then. It was basically a sack over the head
with cardboard or something in ears.
They didn't have cardboard, but it was cloth. But it still was basically sticking up, and the ears would be kind of like this or whatever, as opposed to straight up and down. So again, we're So anyway,
but then it changed from Kirk. The suit changed from Kirk Allen to George Reeves, all the way down to the point if Kirk Allen didn't wear a muscle suit. George Reeves wore a muscle suit under his Superman costume.
Because he was kind of skinny.
Fast forward, 78. Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve got in the gym, but when he did his audition, they flat out told Christopher Reeve he was too skinny. Right. So he got in the gym with David Prowse, Darth Vader. Yeah. Who not only was also an actor, but also a bodybuilder. Right. And helped Christopher Reeve bulk up. Right. Tone himself out. He didn't really need to tone out, but got enough build into him. So when you see him take that first flight in Superman, the movie, 1978 Superman, that is, 6'4", I think 220 pounds was Christopher Reeve. Right. When he first debuted Superman. Right. Then you have, Dean Cain. Dean Cain did it in traditional, worked out and, padding very, very little. Right. Brandon Routh did, when he did Superman Returns, it was just him. Matter of fact, they had to do some CGI work on his costume.
Chris is asking, I haven't heard, is this Superman like in the year 1 or 2 since he's switching suits, or has he already been Superman for a while? This is at the beginning of his career.
This is in the beginning of his career. Now, Superman has already been this is Superman's established. The story is Superman and the DC world of superheroes is already established. There's already superheroes, metahumans in the world. This is him like year 2 or 3, or in his early career,
but
not as Superman. It's in his early career, not as Superman, but I guess as Superman. He's already established as Superman, but it's his early career at the Daily Planet. Lois already knows he's Superman due to what we see in the trailer. So he's already established in the world. It's not an origin. He's already established. So hopefully that helps. So again, it's, and from what I understand, the suit is going to change, but not by much. It's still going to be, now again, if you look at the suit, the trunks goes back to Kirk Allen. Okay, the trunk style. It's that lower, it's that wide waistband, low on the leg type shorts, trunks. You have the texturing, like, lo and behold, Man of Steel. You have the piping, the designs, like Man of Steel. You have the S logo, Kingdom Come. By the way, Brandon Routh did a version of Kingdom Come, and guess what? He had a padded suit on underneath it afterwards.
It wasn't a big padded suit, but it was a padded suit, yes.
Oh, it was a pretty decent sized padded suit.
Yeah, I mean,
I've talked to him personally on that. It is a Oh yeah, he's not much he's not much bigger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Routh, yeah, he's got a little bit more on his arms than I do, but he's not much bigger than I am.
Right.
So yeah, when you see him standing there all jacked, that's a muscle suit. That's a muscle suit about the size of what Henry. Oh, and by the way, even with as big as Henry Cavill is jacked, guess what? He was wearing a muscle suit as well. So again, Corn Sweat is not wearing a muscle suit underneath that costume.
No.
Or at least that's what I have heard. So.
Daniel says she'll be at Mount Vernon at the Doubletree event.
Awesome. Okay.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yes. But no. So you've got, then the high neck and the pointed sleeves. It's New 52 style. So it's a little bit of a multi-generational suit. So I love it. I'm getting, again, like you said, I'm getting used to that suit. But again, I am a Christopher Reeve fan at heart. Again, nothing like the original. You can't get anything better than the original. If anybody, but again, here's my thing. If you are a Superman fan, if you're a Superman fan, a Batman, if you're a comic book fan, and you love Superman, you're going to do one thing. You see it on TV, whether it be Superman 3, whether it be Kirk Allen, Henry Cavill, George Newbern, Matt Bonner, I think, Bowman, what is it, Bowman? Bomer, who voiced Superman in Superman Unbound. How do you pronounce it? Hello? Bomber. Okay. Bomer. Okay. It's one of the things I love watching Superman. Even the Jim Burns or Bruce Timm animated series. Tim Daly.
His son also has done.
Yes. And Dean Cain. I love going back and watching it. If it's on, you can ask my wife, you can ask my kids. I will stop and put on Quest for Peace, Superman 4. Superman 3, Superman 4. Everybody, dogs those movies. I still love them. They're a guilty pleasure.
Same thing, but like Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not as great a movie. They really did bad on the Batgirl thing, but it's still, if you don't have that movie as a part of your Batman collection, it's like a...
What do you mean they did bad on the Batgirl? I thought Alicia Silverstone was awesome as Batgirl.
Yeah, but they changed her to be Alfred's niece as opposed
part
to
of
Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Well, look at, again, there was a lot of the stuff. Well, look at Superman 3. Superman 3 wasn't supposed to have Richard Pryor in it, but lo and behold, he was big and hot and everything else in the movies and
a
in
big
comedy.
Superman fan.
And a big Superman fan, so they threw him in there. The original script for that movie was supposed to have had Supergirl, was supposed to have had Brainiac, and a lot of other stuff in it. And it got canned because they because they rewrote it because Richard Pryor was the hot ticket. And you see what we got Richard Pryor with a pink cover over his shoulder and skis going skiing down the side of a building.
Right.
And Superman carrying him instead of Lois Lane. Okay? Superman 4, CGI in it sucked. But again, that was when CGI was coming into it, and they thought they could do some stuff, and it didn't work out the way that we're hoping.
They didn't have the kind of budget that Salkinds could command.
Right.
You know, so when Golden Globus did it, it was just like, they always did things on the cheap. So.
Right. But I can say this much, Mark Pello, I've met him multiple times. He is an awesome actor. I got probably one of the biggest, and I guess this is another reason why I'm such a big Christopher Reeve fan. Because again, you can Dennis, you know, when you see me portray Superman, without any of my costume, regardless of what costume I put on, who would you say I more represent?
You usually try to represent Christopher Reeve. Okay.
Thank you. You know, it's one of them that when I met Mark Pello this last time at the Superman Celebration, which this year is the 13th, 14th, and 15th in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, with Dean Cain, Michael Ironside, and Jerry the King Lawler, Red Brown. So, plug there again. But meeting Mark Pello last year, I probably, out of all the times I have ever done Superman, with somebody that has actually worked with Chris, I got one of the biggest compliments out of Mark Pello. Jess was standing there. I went down. He donated a picture to Heroes for Kids, a poster to Heroes for Kids. And then I bought me an autograph, and it's the Superman. It's where they're standing on the balcony for their first meeting, and it's got Gene Hackman in it, Christopher Reeve, and Mark Pello. You know, all three are awesome people. The late great Gene Hackman, the late great Christopher Reeve. You know, I never got their autograph, which sucks. I wish I could have met him. Mark Pello. But Mark Pello, I've met him 3 times, I think. But we're standing there, and his handler turns around, and he's already complimented me. He loves my suit, loves the Christopher Reeve look. And he goes, we got to recreate, his handler goes, we got to recreate a photo. I'm like, okay. So Mark Pello's up for it. I'm like, okay. So Mark Pello walks around the booth. He's standing there on the floor. We're in the open. He stands there on the floor.
Not as much hair.
No. But he's standing there. I'm standing there. And Jess and the handler's got the photo and got his phone out because he's looking through his phone and looking at the photo basically like this. And he's telling Jess to come over and position us. Just like we are in the photo. It's the moon fight.
Okay.
Where they're squaring off.
Right.
So he's positioned. So Jess has walked over, and Mark steps over, looks, sees it, steps over, and gets in his stance. Jess walks over and shifts him just a little bit, and then she'd walk over and she'd move my hands in the right direction, my fingers and everything, to where we could completely recreate this photo. As we're standing there, the handler goes 1, 2, and about the time he says 3, Mark goes, Mark does something like, and we're off. Does something like that. I mean, completely. I mean, the room. I mean, we've got a lot of people, watching this, and he just goes, and we're off, and we lose it. And then it was funny because it was like we lose it, and then all of a sudden you hear, all right, guys. And about that time, it was both of us right back in the fighting pose, right back into it. Jess walked over and just did a few minor tweaks to it. They snapped the photo. He walks up, gives me a hug. He goes, thank you. He goes, we just recreated that fight scene. I did the exact same thing to Christopher Reeve on set. And you acted just like him. He lost it, and then when the director went, all right, guys, time to cool it, back into it. It was straight face. It was ready to go. It was ready to battle. He says, you brought back that memory for me. And I was getting the feels going, oh my God. I mean,
you didn't burst into tears.
I did not burst into tears, but it was one of those things, getting that big of a compliment.
Right.
From a guy that worked side by side with Christopher Reeve. That's pretty cool. That would be like somebody that's worked with, Michael Keaton, because you, to me, even though to me you present a lot of that Michael Keaton-esque type. That when you come out as Batman, you've got that.
My first cosplay as Batman was the Keaton.
So you've got a little bit of that Michael Keaton-esque, more of that Michael Keaton-esque. You put your own little twist to it,
right?
And but you've got that Michael Keaton-esque, and I like that because again, when it comes, I watched the Adam West stuff. I was a fan of the Adam West stuff,
right,
as campy as it was, but. When my mom, this is gonna sound funny, the VHS, my dad went out and bought our first VHS cassette player, and I'm talking half the size of this 4-foot table.
Right.
The huge sucker, that thick, whole 9 yards, had all the little dials on it. You open the top up, slid the first VHS that my dad and mom ever bought us, and then we had a movie night at the house, was Michael Keaton Batman.
Oh my God.
It was.
Yeah.
It was Michael Keaton Batman. So again, that was our first, when they came out when my dad finally bought us a VHS player, Michael Keaton's Batman was the first VHS movie that we watched at home. So again,
back before VHS and Betamax, they had come out with this thing where you put the movie in, it looked almost like a record.
Right. Yeah, I remember those. The discs. Yep.
I was in Metropolis.
My mom and dad couldn't afford one of them. Again, my dad was a cop.
Right.
So,
but I was in Metropolis, and that was one of their auction items. Is that and those?
It's like a laser. I think it was called a laser disc.
Like a laser disc. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're rare.
Yes.
They're rare now, because once that fell out of fashion, everybody just started throwing them in the trash and getting the VHS or the Betamax.
Right.
And then Betamax.
Hey, over there, I've actually got the original set of Superman movies.
Right.
Over there, VHS Superman movies.
Right.
I actually have the original set.
Right.
The Superman 1, it came out in the big plastic case.
Right.
That closed tight.
Right.
Yeah, I've got it over there. So I've got the original VHS when they brought out Superman the movie in VHS. I have the original VHS sitting over there in the plastic, in that big hard plastic pictured case. So yeah, I've got it over there. Superman 2 and 3, 4, yeah.
Now here's the funny thing. When Batman '89 came out,
right?
okay, and it came around Halloween, and I was married to my first wife when that movie came out. So anyway, we were going to throw a Halloween party.
Right.
And I had gotten the Batman Keaton mask, okay? And you know how big and blocky that thing is.
Oh, yeah.
From the first movie, right?
Yes.
So she's like, that almost broke us, just getting the mask. And I'm like, I'll build the rest. So I took and went and got some dance leotards.
Right.
And then I went and made my own gauntlets. My cape was a shower curtain, and I dolled up some railroad boots and whatnot. And for the time, it was adequate. Okay?
Right.
But people were like, "Whoa, that was great."
Yeah.
And then later on, I got a Wizard World magazine, and they had the Batman Returns suit in there, but it was like the pieces that you put on.
Right.
So I kept the dance skins, and then I sewed the rubber onto
the.
Yeah. So I sewed it, and then all of a sudden I had a Keaton Batman Returns suit.
Yeah.
And that's what I wore to the Superman Celebration the first year I went, which was 2006. Okay. So, and I've been going every year since then, except for 2021, COVID happened and they didn't have it.
Yeah,
So,
they did.
Well, not officially.
It wasn't official, but we still had it because I was there. I helped organize it.
Maybe.
No, I've got the shirt to prove it upstairs. There was a specific shirt that we had made. I've got it upstairs.
Well, it wasn't.
It wasn't an official sanction.
Right.
COVID. It was called the Superman COVID Celebration. Is literally what it was.
Right.
But yeah, we had probably close to about 30 to 50 people.
Yeah.
That showed up because they already had their hotels. They already had flights booked in, and they couldn't cancel them, so they still showed up. Everything was still open. We went and had dinner at Fat Ed's. We did a small photo shoots. A couple of us brought our costumes. No, actually, there was no mask. It wasn't a mask mandate. By that time, the mask mandate had dropped. So yeah, the masks were optional. I've got the shirt. It's got it's real cool. It's got the Superman, New 52 Superman shooting the heat vision at a coronavirus bug over the city of Metropolis, and the back has our group photo of everybody that showed up.
Right.
And at the Superman statue. So the group photo is us at the Superman statue. There's probably about 30 of us. Jim Hambrick's right there with us. So yeah, we had a blast. We had our impromptu.
It wasn't your full blown.
It wasn't the full blown.
there was no vendors.
I was the Superman. I was the Superman for the COVID-19 Superman celebration. Yes. I was.
You mean, well, the COVID-19.
Yeah, COVID-19 2020. I was
2020.
I was the Superman for that year.
Chris Rimble, Thor. Okay, for the heroes.
So awesome. Well, it is getting close to that time.
Yes, it is.
So again, this Saturday, St. Louis or St. Charles, Pawfest. Hope to see everybody there. Close that. The address for St. Charles this Saturday, for Pawfest this Saturday is 3550 West Clay Street, St. Charles, Missouri. Be there. Let's have some fun with the puppy dogs and the kitties and all that, and our heroes and our Star Wars and all the other vendors. Then also this weekend is Nashville Comic-Con at the fairgrounds in Nashville, Tennessee. Be there. I will be there as Gambit on Sunday. And then the following weekend is the Superman Celebration, June 13th through the 15th in Metropolis, Illinois, downtown Market Street. Big Superman Celebration. Superman will be there. The official Superman for the Superman Celebration will be there. And a bunch of other cosplayers will be there as well. Special guest there is Dean Cain, Michael Ironside, and sorry if I mispronounce these names, but Anessa Fairweather and Odette Anable.
How about Annabelle?
Reb Brown, and Jerry the King Lawler, along with a lot of artists, writers, and other content creators. So definitely be there. That is the June 13th through the 15th, Metropolis, Illinois. So look forward to seeing everybody. And also, again, please like, share, follow, tell your friends about us. And that is Heroes for Kids, Perryville Mo. Like us on our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and our YouTube page, all under the same name. Also, check out this page, if I can blow it back up, right behind us for all your Comic-Con, Heroes for Kids Comic-Con news and updates, which is at heroesforkidscomiccon.org. We have, I think Jess said, one artist spot left, so it's going to go fast. And then, again, looking forward to seeing everybody on July 19th and 20th in Perryville, Missouri. Our special guest for Heroes for Kids Comic-Con is the talented Jerry the King Lawler, WWE Hall of Famer. We have the talented man of many voices, Scott Ennis. And we have the second generation Disney animation artist, Philo Barnhart, will be at the Heroes for Kids Comic-Con July 19th and 20th at the Perry Park Center. So we love you all. Jess, do you have anything? I hear nothing. Dennis.
Okay. You said it all.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I'm sorry. No, get it right. Who's that?
I'm Bob.
Oh, okay. The story behind it. If you haven't watched,
Deadpool.
no, if you haven't watched Thunderbolts, it's a
Oh,
running joke.
okay, yeah,
It's a
it's
running joke.
yeah.
It's a running. It's not a running joke, but it's a deal in the Thunderbolts. There's a big fight at the beginning, and as they're fighting, they're all doing the Spider-Man Deadpool meme. Well, I'm here to kill you. I'm here to kill you. I'm here to kill you. And then they hear something fall over. A guy walks around the corner, all like cowering almost. And they look, and as they're pointing at each other like this, they go. And as they're looking at each other like this, who are you?
I'm Bob.
Yeah, and then the fighting throughout the movie, as they're fighting throughout the movie, everybody turns around in the middle of fighting. They turn around and, where's Bob? So, yeah, again, and if anybody knows about the Thunderbolts and what I'm talking about, you know who Bob is.
Right.
But Bob starts out as a comedic, almost a comedic side joke in the movie and ends up being something bigger within the movie. Right. But, so again, look forward to seeing everybody this weekend at Pawfest and in Nashville at Nashville Comic-Con. And then look forward to seeing everybody on the from the 13th through the 15th at the Superman Celebration. Oh, and just to give everybody a heads up one last time, for all of those that love the Superman, love Superman and the Superman Celebration, the city of Metropolis. Unfortunately, I can't make it there, which hurts my heart. But Friday morning, downtown, I believe it's in front of the Superman Museum. They are putting up in honor of Jim Hambrick, the curator of the Superman Museum. They are putting up a historical marker there in front of the museum, and they're going to have a small ceremony for that. I can't be there for it. I wish I could be, but I will be there in spirit.
Same here.
And I will. Jim Hambrick is one of the reasons why I do my Max Fleischer suit. That was one of his favorite suits to see me in, and so at some point that weekend I will be in that suit in his honor. So again, everybody, we love you. Thank you all for tuning in. Check us out on our YouTube page, Heroes for Kids Perryville Mo.
You gotta say hi to somebody before you get off of there.
Who do I have to say hi to?
Cat!
Hey, Cat, how are you? We love you. We miss you. Can't wait to see you when you get back here into the States.
Oh my God.
Or here, not the States, you are in the States, but here in the state of Missouri. We'd
Tracy,
love for you to
something?
come up for Heroes for Kids Comic-Con if you can.
We'd love to see you.
Definitely would love to see you. You and your husband that we haven't met yet, other than by photos.
Yes, we've got to break him in.
Yes. So love you. Love everybody. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. So be on the lookout to see when next week's Comic-Con is, or Comic-Con updates and adventures of Heroes for Kids.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And everything from personal life to comics to what we've got coming up. So love you all. Dennis?
Yeah, good night and good luck.
Have a good night. See you later.